Right. Okay. Let's start the session. So let me go and open the class notes. First, go and open what? Class notes. Uh, so right now, from the last three classes, we are discussing about what? We are discussing about this introduction classes. So among these four introduction classes, already we done with what? Already we done with class one. There is introduction to Power Platform, and also we done with class two. There is introduction to Power Apps. Also be done with class 3, that is introduction to Power Automate. That's what we discussed in the yesterday's class, right? Fine. So today is class 4. Today is class 4. So in today's class, we'll go and discuss about introduction to what? Power Automate. Let me keep here today's class 4. Let me go and keep here today's class 4. So in today's class, we'll go and discuss about what? Introduction to Power BI, right? So now before going to start discussing what is Power BI, first let me give them a basic introduction case. So as we know that from the last three classes, we are trying to understand about what? We are trying to understand about this 4-step business applications process, right? From the last three classes, we are trying to understand this business applications process. So in this business applications process, already we done with first three steps. So already we done with what? We done with the first three steps, right? uh, Let me go and keep here. As we know that in order to go and create the apps, so what the software we used? Power Apps. And second step, data sources. What is the data source software we used? SharePoint. And third step, automations. Now to perform the automations, we use with software in the yesterday's class, Power Automate. So we done with step 1, step 2, and also step 3. So today is what? Today is step 4. So in today's class, we'll go and discuss about what? Data analysis. Data analysis means what? Creating the visuals or the reports. So now data analysis means analyzing the business data case. Simple point. Data analysis means what? Analyzing the business data. So nowadays, most of the companies are prefer to analyze the business data in the form of visuals or in the form of reports case. Most of the companies are prefer to analyze their business data in which format? In the visual or in the report format, right? So now, if you want to create the visuals or the reports to analyze your business data, first of all, we need to have what? To create the visuals or reports, first of all, we need to have what? Data. First, we need to have the data. So as we know that, where the companies will store the data? As we know that already in the previous classes we discussed, companies will store the data in where? Data sources. So in the data sources, companies will store the data in the form of what? Tables. So let us assume there is one table case. I'm taking one table. So we are discussing about some sales data, orders data in the last few classes, right? So let's take I'm having the same table, sales table or orders table, both are same case. So let's take in this table, I'm having 10 million rows is there. How many rows? Or how many orders details is there? 10 million orders data. So 10 million means it is not a less number case. So in this table, we have the 10 million records. 10 million means it is a huge number. 10 million means it is a huge number. So now my require. So if you want, if the data is in the form of tables, if you have the huge volumes of data in the form of tables like thousands, lakhs, or millions of records, then it is possible to understand this data means no case. It is not possible. If the data is in the form of tables, then it is not easy to understand the data. It is not easy to understand the data, right? So in order to go and analyze the data in a better way, what the companies are doing, what? Whatever the data is there in the form of tables, they are showing the data in the form of visuals or reports. What the companies are doing, whatever the data is there in the form of tables, they are showing the data in the form of visuals or in the form of reports. Now, once after showing the data in the form of visuals or reports, then by seeing these visuals or reports, companies are doing what? Companies are doing what? Data analysis. Data analysis means what? Analyzing the business data. Data analysis means what? Analyzing the business data, right? So this is what we are going to discuss now, guys. So in order to go and create the visuals or reports by taking the data from the data sources. So we'll go and use one software. What that software we are going to use now in today's class? Power BI. So with the help of Power BI, how we'll create the visuals or reports by taking the data from the data sources. So you'll be discussing now in today's class, guys. So let me keep here. So in today's class, we are going to discuss about the third step data analysis. So in this data analysis, we are going to discuss about the not third step, fourth step. The fourth step is what? Data analysis. To perform the data analysis, we'll go and use which software? Power BI software, right? Okay. We'll use which software? Power BI software. So now let's start understanding this, how to create the visuals or reports with the help of Power BI by taking the data from the data sources, right? So first of all, let me list out the different points, guys. First, let me go and list out all the different points which we are going to cover now in today's class. So the first point we'll understand what is Power BI. First point, understand about what is Power BI. And the second point, understand. Second point, we'll understand what is data analysis. What is data analysis? And next, third point, understand how to perform the data analysis. How to perform what? Data analysis. Using what? Using Power BI. And next point, we'll understand who will use the Power BI software. Who will use what? Power BI software. And also we'll understand one more point. That is who will hire the Power BI developers. Who will hire whom? Power BI developers. Right? So these are all the points we are going to discuss now in today's class. Right? Okay. Now, among all those points, first let me start discussing about who will use Power BI and who will hire the Power developers. First, we'll understand these 2 points, right? Okay. So now let me go and keep here. So who will use the Power BI software now? So as we know that, who will use the Power BI software means if there is any company, the companies will do what? They'll do some business. As we know that the companies will do what? They'll do some business. So now let's take well-known companies for us, guys. We are taking an example of what? We are taking an example of Amazon. Imagine is one company. They are doing some business called e-commerce business. And let's take some other company like ICICI. ICICI is one company uh, where they are doing some business called what? Banking business. And let's take some other company like Swiggy. Swiggy is one company where they are doing what business? Food business, right? So like this, if you take any company, guess whatever it is, the companies will do what? Business. So now, if the company is doing some business, then the companies will have some business data, guess. If the company is doing some business, then the companies will have what? They'll have some business data, right? So let me go now. What data will call it as business data? Yes. What is going to be business data now? Let me give you an example. Let's take Amazon is there. Amazon is doing what business? E-commerce business, right? So Amazon company will have what kind of business data? Majority of the times, Amazon company will have the orders data, like what is the order ID, what's the sales price of that order, what's the profit for that order, profits data. It also will have what? Profits data. Along with this, we'll have what? And also we'll have the profits data. Next, we'll have the products related data, which products the customers are placing the orders, products related data. And next, we'll have what? We'll have the sellers related data, sellers related data. And also, we'll have what? Customers related data, like a customer ID, customer name, mobile number, email, so delivery address. Like this, it'll have some kind of business data, guys, right? Fine. And next, if you take ICICI, ICICI is doing what business? Banking business. So ICICI will have what kind of business data? They'll have the business data like different types of accounts related data, different types of loans data, different types of loans data, different types of transactions data, and they'll have the debit cards related data, debit cards related data, and also they'll have what? Credit cards related data, credit cards related data, and also they'll have what? Customers, employees related data, First, they'll have the employees related data. They'll have what customers related data and so on. So like this, ICICI will have some kind of business data, right? And if you take Swiggy, Swiggy is doing some food business. So Swiggy company also will have the business data same as Amazon. So Swiggy company also will have the orders data like order ID, sales of that order, profit of that order. So here in place of products, we'll have what? Food items related data. And in place of sellers, we'll have what? Restaurants related data. And also we'll have what? Customers related data. Also we'll have what? Customers related data, right? So like this, we'll have some business data case. Let's take another example. Let's take A/B tradings. A/B tradings. So A/B trainings, we are doing what? We are providing some training, right? So even it is a small scale company, guys. A/B trainings is a very small scale company. So even A/B trainings will have some kind of business data. What kind of business they'll have? We'll have the students related data, students related data. We'll have the courses related data. We'll have the trainers related data. We'll have the uh, marketing related data. Marketing related data. We'll have the employees related data, and so on, guys, and so on. So even A/B trends also will have some kind of business data. So whatever the company is, whether it is top MNC company, whether it is a medium scale company, or whether it is a very small scale company, guys, whatever the company it is. So if the company is doing some business, if the company is doing some business, then companies will have what? They'll have some business data, right? So this kind of business data the companies will have. So now, okay, we understand if the company is doing some business, then companies will generate some business data. Now, where the companies will store that data now? So, okay, let's take Amazon is there. Amazon is doing some e-commerce business. Let's take this kind of business data Amazon will have. Now, where the Amazon company will go and store that data, order data. So already we know, guys, in the previous class, in the class 1 and in the class 2, we discussed where the companies will store the business data. Someone can answer where the companies will store the business data.
Data sources.
Data centers.
Data sources, correct. So as we know that already, which we discussed in this business applications process, where the companies will store the business data means in the data sources, guys. So whatever the business data the companies are generating, so where the companies will store the data means within the data sources, right? So in the data sources, as we know that companies will store the data in the form of what? Tables. Companies will store the data in the form of what? Tables. So now, whatever the data companies are storing in the data sources in the form of tables. Now my requirement, I need to go and analyze the data, guys. I need to do what? I need to go and analyze the data, right? So now in order to go and analyze the data, analyzing data means what? Nowadays companies are preferred to analyze the data in the form of visuals or in the form of reports. Nowadays, most of the companies are preferred to analyze the data in the form of visuals or reports, guys, right? So now, to create the visuals or reports, what the software the companies are using nowadays? Companies are using which software? Power BI software, guys, right? So now, here we understand who will use Power BI. Who will use Power BI? So if there is any company, the company is doing some business, then they'll have some business data. Where they'll store the data? Within the data sources. In the data sources, they'll store the data in the form of what? Tables. So now company wants to analyze this data. So to analyze the data, they are using which software? Power BI software. What this Power BI software will do? This Power BI software will go and create the visuals or reports. This Power BI software will go and create the visuals or reports by taking the data from the data sources. By taking the data from the data sources, using Power BI, they are going to create the visuals or the reports. Once after creating the visuals or the reports, by seeing those visuals or reports, companies will do what? Companies will go and analyze their business data. Companies will do what? They'll go and analyze their business data, right? So now here clearly we understand who will use Power BI. Companies will use it. And also one more point we understand here, guys. Power BI is used for what? Power BI is used to create the visuals or reports, which is used for data analysis purpose. Power BI is used for what? It is to create the visuals or reports, which is used for what? Data analysis. Right. Okay. And next point we need to understand who will hire the Power developers now. Who will hire this Power developers? So let's take if you learn Power BI, then you will become the your role is a Power developer. Now who will hire you? Now who will hire the Power developers means for this question also the answer will be same. So which company is using the Power BI software for what? For data analysis purpose to create the visuals or reports. Then the same companies will go and hire whom? The same companies will go and hire the Power developers, guys. So who will hire the Power developers means which company is using the Power BI software? The same company will go and hire who? Power developers. Okay. So we understand companies will hire the Power developers. Now, why these companies are hiring the Power BI developers? Why they are hiring them? Because Power BI developers will go and work with which software? Power BI software. So with the help of Power BI software, what the Power BI developers will do? They'll go and create the visuals or reports. So to create the visuals or reports, they need to have the data. From where they will take the data? From the data sources, right? So now clearly we understand, guys, who will use Power BI, who will hire the Power developers, and also Power BI is used for what? Power BI is used to create the visuals or reports by taking the data from the data sources, right? So let me go and mention that point here, guys. Nowadays, companies are using Power BI software or let me keep companies are using the power okay companies are using the Power BI software to perform the data analysis, right? Okay. So when coming to the when coming to the reporting side, creating the visuals or reports, Power BI will be the leader, guys. Power BI is there in the top in IT. So where it is occupying around 40 to 45% of the market share, right? So Power BI is, I think most of the people will know Power BI. You had this word last 3 years, 4 years, last 3 years back, or maybe 4 years back. You heard this word very, very popular word because at that time, Power BI will have a huge number of job openings, unlimited job openings will there, right? So I think all if you know what is Power BI here. And now the next point we need to understand here from here, what is Power BI, what is data analysis, and next how to perform the data analysis using Power BI software. How to perform the data analysis using what? Power BI. So first let me go and keep here the Power BI software. What is Power BI, guys? First let me keep here what is Power BI. So as I said that already, if you go to the class one, guys, if I go to the class one, in the class one, here already mentioned, I said that what is Power BI here? Power BI is a data analytics software which is used to analyze the business data stored in where? Data sources, right? The same definition, guys. Almost the definition will be same. Let me keep here. What is Power BI means? Power BI is a Power BI is a data analytics software which is used to create, or let me keep it like this, which is used to analyze business data which is stored in the data sources. So what is Power BI? Simple. It is a data analytics software. Data analytics, data analysis, both are same, guys. There is no difference between these two. Both are same. It is a data analytics software which is used for what? To analyze the business data stored in where? Data sources. So whatever the companies are, whatever the data companies are storing in the data sources, now I need to analyze the data. To analyze the data, we'll go and use which software? Power BI. With the help of Power BI, by taking the data from the data sources, we'll go and create some visuals or reports. Once after creating the visuals or reports, we'll share that report to the business users. So by seeing once after sharing the reports to the business users, by seeing this report, business users can do what? They can analyze the data. Analyzing the data will call it as what? Data analysis, right? So, okay, we understand what is Power BI. And next, we need to understand about what is data analysis. So now, what is data analysis, guys? This point also already covered in the class one. If I go to the class one, if you go to the class one, here, when I'm discussing about this business applications process, here we discussed about data analysis. I said that data analysis means what? It is one process. Just copy it and paste it here, guys. It is one process. The process of converting what? Converting the business data. The process of converting the business data stored in the process of converting the business data stored in data sources into actionable information. So as we know that companies will store the data in their data sources. So I want to convert that. The process of converting the business data stored in the data sources into actionable information. Actionable information means what? Visuals or reports. So why I'm calling this visuals or reports as an actionable information, you will understand, guys. I'll show you an example now in today's class, right? So this is what's meant by data analysis, which we know already. And now let me keep here what is meant by data sources. Yes, because to create the visuals or reports using Power BI, to create the visuals or reports using Power BI, you need to take the data from the data sources only, right? So let me keep here what is meant by data sources. Now already we know, guys, data sources means what? The place where the companies will store their business data. Again, go to the class one. Go to where? Class one. So in the class one, already we discussed here about what is data sources. Let me keep the same point. The place where the companies will store their business data is known as what? Data sources, right? Okay. Now we understand what is Power BI, what is data analysis, and what is data sources, right? And now let me go and understand about how to perform the data analysis using Power BI. I want to understand now using Power BI software how to create the visuals or reports. So to create the visuals or reports, first of all, we need to have the data. Where the companies will store the data? The data sources in the form of what? Tables. So using Power BI to create the visuals or reports, first of all, we need to access the data. So again, here we'll use the Power BI software to connect to the data sources, and whatever the data is there in the form of tables, we'll use that data to create the visuals or reports. Once after creating the visuals or reports, by taking the data from the data sources, we'll share that reports to the business users, right? So now let me show you how to create the visuals or reports using Power BI, right? So to perform the data analysis using Power BI, first of all, we need to do something here, guys. What we need to do here is we need to download and install the Power BI software. First of all, we need to do what? Download and install what? Power BI. How to perform the data analysis using Power BI. So to perform the data analysis using Power BI, first of all, we need to understand how to download and install Power BI software. Power BI software, right? Fine. Okay. So now try to understand. First, let me show you how to download it, and then I'll show you how to install. So to download the Power BI software, go to any one of their browser, and then just go and search for Google. Go to Google. Let me go and search here for Power BI. Power BI desktop download. Let me go and select this option. Yes, Power BI desktop download. Select this option, and then download from the official website Microsoft. Let me go and select this link. Open it in the new tab. Right? And then you can see, scroll down, you can see there is an option called download option. Just click on this download option. Yes. So here, make sure this it will be around 700 MB. It will take some time, guys. If your system, sorry, not system, if your internet speed is slow, it will take some time. So I think my internet speed is good. Let it download. And also, there are some prerequisites you need to understand to install this one, guys. Installation system requirements. So you must and should require the Windows 10, Windows 11, or Windows Server 2019, Windows OS you need to have, right? And also Microsoft Power BI Desktop requires Internet Explorer 10 or greater than. So it is inbuilt software, guys. Whenever if you buy any laptop, this software it will be there in your system, right? Microsoft Power BI is available for 64-bit version. So 64-bit means what? If you see in your laptops also, there is something called 32-bit OS, 64-bit OS. So here Power BI is available for what? 64-bit OS. So all of your systems, there is no doubt nowadays, whatever the systems are coming, all the systems are 64-bit OS, right? So these are the system configurations you require. So let it download, guys. It is downloading. Let it download. It's taking some time. Once after downloading is completed, I'll show you how to install it. Right. It is downloaded. It is downloaded. Once the software is downloaded, just go to the downloads folder in your system. Yes. Go to the downloads folder in your system, and then you can see there is an option called what? Power BI desktop setup. Just double click on it. Just go on, double click on it, and it is going to ask you some permissions. Allow it. Click on this button. For now, click on the next button here. Click on next. It will open this type of uh, box here. Click on the next. It is asking some permissions. Click on this button. Click on yes, and it will ask you for licensing terms and conditions. Click on the next button. It is simple. Yes. Click next, and check this box. Accept in the terms and conditions, and click on next. Don't do any changes here. Click on next, and then click on install. When I click on install, now it is going to install the Power BI. Simple, easy to understand installation process. Click next. So let it install, guys. So it will take some time. So it totally depends on your system performance. If your system speed is good, then it will take 2 minutes time to install it. If otherwise, it will take more than 5 minutes, guys. So don't click on cancel button until you will see the success message here. So it will take some time. So meanwhile, let me do one thing, guys. So here, in today's class, I will show you one of the data source. So in the last two classes, we are taking the SharePoint as data source, right? Here in today's class, to understand about Power BI or data analysis, I'm going to use the Excel file as a data source, guys. So now there is one Excel file with name sample superstore. There is an Excel file with name what? Sample superstore. In this Excel file, I'm having some tables, guys. There are some tables here. What are the tables? There is a table called orders sheet called what? Orders sheet. In this table, we have what? Orders data. So as we are discussing about orders data, uh, for Power BI. So I'm taking the same data here, guys, so that you'll understand the concept in a better way. So I'm having the same data like orders data, guys, like order ID. What is the order ID? Order date, shipping date. Try to understand the data here. Just understand the columns, which columns will have, so that you'll have some idea in your mind. So you will be understanding how I am creating the visuals. So I'm having the columns like order ID column, order date column, ship date column, ship mode, customer ID, customer name, segment, country, city, state, postal code, region column, product ID column, category column, subcategory column, product name column, sales, quantity, discount, and profit. So these are all the columns we'll have. Now, how many rows is there, guys? If you see how many rows I'm having here, 9,994 rows. That means nearly 10,000. 10,000 orders data will have. 10,000 orders data is there. So now let me give one simple example, guys. Let's say here there is a column called region column. There is a column called what? A region column. Now here I'm having the different regions like east, west, north, south. I'm having the different regions. Now I want to know region wise, what is the sales they're doing, guys? I want to know what region wise, what sales they're doing. Now tell me, it is possible for you to understand region wise what sales they are doing here if the data is in the form of table. If the data is in the form, now the data is in the form of table, case columns and rows. Now it is possible for you to understand region wise what sales they are doing. Let's take East region, what is the sales and the percentage of that sales. West region, what is the sales. South region, what is the sales. So it is possible for you to understand that data here if it is in the form of tables. Yes or no? Someone please respond. Yes, online people who know Power BI already or data analysis already.
I know it, sir.
No. Correct. It is not possible, guys. If the data is in the form of tables, it is not possible to understand the data. Understand data means analyzing the data. So, in order to go and understand this business data in a better way, what I'm going to do here is whatever the data is there here in the form of table, I'll go and show this data in the form of visuals or reports. So, to show the data, whatever the data is there, to show this data in the form of visuals or reports, I'll go and use which software? Power BI. Using Power BI, how to show this same data in the form of visuals or reports, we are going to discuss now in today's class, right? Fine. Let me check the Power BI software. Still it is installing. Let it install. Yes. Once installation is completed, then I will show you how we can show this data in the form of visuals or reports. Let me close this Excel file for not. We understand what data is there. So now let it install. Once it is installation is completed, then immediately I'll show you how to create the visuals or report scripts. Let it install. Taking some time. Yes, it is completed. Complete the Power BI setup desktop. Click on finish. When I click on finish, automatically it will open the Power BI software. And also you can see it is opening one, it is adding one shortcut here, Power BI desktop. So first time it will open automatically. Second time onwards, if you want to open the Power BI desktop, you can just click on this shortcut here, right? Let it open, guys. Now it is going to open the Power BI software. So this is the welcome screen, how it looks like. Just click on the blank report. Click on this blank report. And then this is what the Power BI desktop software, where we can create the visuals or reports, right? So now, first of all, let me go and get the data. I want to access the data first. To create the visuals or reports here in Power BI, first of all, we need to have the data, right? So let me connect to the data, or let me bring the data into Power BI, which is the Excel. So how we can connect to the data? You can see there is an option called Excel work. Okay, simple. Just select this Excel work. Now it will show all the different files in your system, Excel files. So I'm having one Excel file called what? So sample superstore. Select that file and click on open. I click on open. Now in that file, we have the different sheets. One is order sheet. Second is people's next returns. There are different sheets is there. I want to take which sheet? Order sheet. Let me take the sheet called orders. Orders. Select that sheet. Select it. Check this box and just go and click on load. Click on load. When I click on load, now it is going to bring the data into Power BI. Guys. Whatever the data is there in the Excel, it is bringing the data into Power BI. So where we can see the data now, you can go to the view. There is a view called table view, guys. There is a view called what? Table view. Go to this view called table view. And here you can see the table called what? Orders table. This is the orders table. And this is the columns we'll have. Already we know what columns is there. How many rows we'll have? 9,994 rows is there. Now, my requirement, I want to show this data in the form of visuals or reports, guys. First of all, here I want to show the total sales. First of all, I want to show what? Total sales. What's the total sales that way? Right? So to understand what the total sales they're doing, let me go to the view called report view, guys. There is a view called what? Report view. Go to the report view. And here, let me go to the view tab. Go to the view tab. And let me go and keep it in the fit to window. Fit to window. And then let me reduce somehow the size. Right. Okay. Now let me start implementing this. First, my requirement. I want to add some title here. I want to add a header. So what report I'm creating? Let me keep the report name as sales analysis report kits. Let me go to the home tab. and then add one text box. I want to add one text box. Select the text box. It'll add that to this place. And let me just drag and drop it. Increase the height and width. Okay. And then let me align it to center. Increase the font size to 24. Keep it in semi bold. Let me keep it as what? Sales report. I'm keeping the report name as what? Sales analysis report. Right. And then let me do some formattings here. Let me select this text box, go to general, go to this format, text box, go to the general, go and add some efforts. Let me select some background color. And also let me go and add some border. Let me take the border color. Let me take some different border color. And let me add the shadow also. Shadow, I want to turn on the shadow. Or shadow is not required for the header. Right, okay. So now this is what the header I'm keeping. Now I want to show the total sales here. I want to show what? Total sales. To show the total sales, let me go to the visuals. You can see in here we have all the different types of visual. These are all the different types of visuals we'll have. So I'll take one visual called chord visual here. So you can see there is a visual called what? Chord visual. Let me go and take this visual, guys. Let me take this visual. And it'll add that visual to the screen automatically. Let me reduce somehow the height and width. Right? Okay, let me keep that visual here. And then let me go and drag and drop what column? Sales column. I want to show the sales values here. So for this, go to the what? In the right side, there is a tab called what? Data tab. Under this tab, you can see which table? Orders table. The table you can see here. Now go and expand the table. Now it will show us all the different columns. These are all the different columns we'll have. Now simple, select this chord visual and then go to the table orders and then just go and select the column sales column. Just drag and drop it here. Just drag and drop. Select the sales, drag and drop it here. Right. Just drag and drop. Now it is showing what total sales they're doing. What's the total sales they're doing? The total sales they're doing is 2.30 million guys. This is what the total sales. So I want to do some formattings now. Go to the chord. Right. And let me go to the data labels. Where is data labels? Go to the cell layout and here you can see value and let me go and keep it in the don't keep it in the bold, just increase the somewhat the font size. Okay, let me keep this font size for this or let me reduce somehow 26. I'll go with 26 and then let me go to the general. I want to keep some border. Let me go and add some border. I'm going to keep some different border here and let me go and turn on the shadow color I want to change and then keep the shadow color inside, right? So this is what I'm showing here. Mm. And next, I want to show the total profit here, total profit. To show the total profit, so again, just to go and add one more chord visual, keep this chord visual here. Just increase the height and width, reduce the height, increase the width. And then let me go and drag and drop each column, profit column. Just select the column profit, drag and drop it here. And then whatever the formattings I did for this data code, same formattings I want to do here. I'll select this, copy format pointer, paste it, right? And next here, I want to show the total quantity. That means number of products they are selling to the customers. Let me go and take another one more code visual. Keep this code visual here. In this, I want to show the total number of products they are selling, quantity. So there is a column called quantity column. Just select the column, drag and drop, and copy the format painter, paste it. Right. Next, my requirement. I want to show. Let me go on. Let me. There is an option to keep it aligned to center. Let me check. Okay, let me go with this. And next my requirement, I want to show the total discounts they're providing to the customers. Let me go and add another one more code visual. Just drag and drop this code visual here. Just drag and drop. And in this code visual, now my requirement, I want to show what? Total discounts. There is a column called discount column. Just drag and drop. Now copy the same formatting, keep it here. And next, I want to show here the total number of orders placed. Total number of orders placed. So let me go and take another one more code visual. Just keep that code visual here. Now in this, I want to show what? Total number of orders placed. So there is a column called order ID column. Just drag and drop that column here. It is showing the order names, but let me drag it in the values. It is showing the order name. I want to count. Let me go and change it to count. So it shows what? Total number of orders placed. 9,994 orders are placed. Let me do one thing, guys. I want to go to the cell layout, reduce somewhat the size. Okay, let me go with this 24. Let me copy the same formatting, keep it here. I'm reducing the font size. So I'm copying the same format and keep it here. And next, let me do something. I want to reduce somehow the width of this total sales. Let me reduce somehow the width. Move this. Reduce the width for the profit also. Somehow let's reduce it. And let me go on the quantity. Quantity, let me keep it as usual. Just increase somehow the width. Okay. Reduce this discount. Let me reduce the width of the discount somehow. Keep it here. Reduce somehow the width. Okay. So now here I'm showing what total sales, total profit, total number of products they're selling, total discounts they're providing to the customers, and total number of orders placed. And next, my requirement. Here I want to show them category wise sales. If you see, there is a column called category column here, guys. There's a column called what? Category. They are selling these three categories of products. So I want to know each category wise what the sales they're doing. To know the category wise what sales, simple. Just go to the report view, go and add one visual. Let's take, I want to add pie chart. Let me drag and drop this pie chart here. Keep the pie chart here. Increase the height and width of this pie chart. Let me go and drag the category column and drag the sales column. Simple case. Now it will shows what category wise sales. Let me do some basic formatting and go to the format, stop the legend and go to the data labels. Go to the value. Let me increase the font size, keep it in the bold. And then let me go and let me check. Let me go to this general. Let me go to the efforts. Turn on the border in shadow. Let me keep the border color. Let me keep the shadow color and keep it to inside. Right? Okay. Now here I'm showing what? Here I'm showing the category wise what the sales doing. Each category wise what sales. And next my requirement. Here I want to show the year wise. Sorry, region wise sales guys. Here you can see there's a column called region column. Now these are the different regions they are doing the business. I want to know region wise what sales. To show the region wise sales, I'll take one donut chart. I'll take what? One donut chart. Keep the donut chart here. Now in this donut chart, I'll show what? I'll go and show region wise sales. So let me just go and drag the region column and then drag the sales column guys. And select this pie chart, copy the formatting, do the same formatting here also. Now tell me. So here, if you want to know region wise what sales they're doing, it is not possible guys. So even though if you want to do, maybe it will take some time for you by applying some filter, taking the values, some of those values and doing some calculations. Maybe it will take 5 or 10 minutes or 15 minutes of time if you want to do it manually. But here, if you see how much time it will take for you to understand which region is doing what sales, it will take some fraction of seconds, guys. Here, by seeing this visual, easily you can understand this is what the region which is doing the highest sales. This is what the region which is doing less sales. Now you have one question in your mind: what region it is? There is no name. Simple guess. You can just hover the mouse here. Now it will show some tooltip. This is called as tooltip. What is the region? West. What is the sales and percentage also showing? Total sales is what? 2.30 million. In that, what's the percentage of this west region sales? This is what the percentage, right? So here it will take some fraction of seconds for the business users to understand their business data case. And next, my requirement here, I want to show the subcategory wise profit. There's a column called subcategory column, guys. Here they are having the around 17 to 18 subcategories is there. How many subcategories? 17 to 18 subcategories will have. Now I want to know subcategory wise what profits they're getting. So to show the profits data, let me go and take one bar chart. I'll take one bar chart, guys. Bar chart is the best visual to show the profits data. So I'll take one bar chart, keep the bar chart here. And in this bar chart, let me go and drag and drop what? Subcategory column and then profit column, simple. Now it will show us what? Subcategory wise, what's the profit? Let me go to the formatting and let me go to the data labels, turn on the data labels, and let me increase somehow the size. Right, okay. And now let me go to the general, let me go to the efforts, keep some border, shadow, change the border color, change the shadow color, keep it to inside, right? So now if you observe, guys, so when I go and click on focus mode, so here how much time it will take for you to understand subcategorized profit, which is a subcategory doing the highest profit, copiers. What's the profit is getting 56,000. Second highest profit, phones. What's the profit? So like you can see easily subcategories what's the profits, guys. And also if you see there are three subcategories where they are getting some negative profits, guys. There are three subcategories where they are getting some negative profits. So let's say by seeing this visual, what the company will do, as they are getting some negative profits by selling these three products, immediately they'll go and stop selling them. They'll go and stop selling this product. Why? Instead of getting profit, they are getting some negative profit. So immediately they'll go and stop it. Right? Fine. And next my requirement, I want to show the month wise what sales they're doing is. I want to show what? Month wise what the sales they're doing. To show the month wise sales, I'll take one line chart. Let me take one line chart. Keep this line chart here. Keep the line chart here. Now in this line chart, I want to show month-wise what the sales they're doing is. To show the month-wise sales, simple. Let me go and drag the month column. So here, go to the order date column. And then in this order date, there is a column called month column. Month, just drag and drop it. And then go and drag what? Sales column. Now it will show us what? Month-wise, what the sales they're doing is. Now you can see when I click on focus mode, it is easy for you to understand in which months they are doing the more business. In the year ending they are doing more business. Where they are doing very less business. In the year starting, they are doing very less business. And if you see from April to August, their business is moderate. Their business is moderate. So here clearly you'll understand month wise what the sales you are doing, right? And fine. And next my requirement here, they are asking me to show subcategory wise both sales and profit. Yes. Here I'm having 17 to 18 subcategories is there. I want to show I want to show the subcategory wise both sales and profit. I want to show what? Both the sales values and also the profit values, both sales and profit. So that means among those subcategories, which subcategory is doing the highest sales and highest profit, I want to keep them on the top. Which is the second highest sales, I want to keep them in the bottom. Which is doing the third highest sales, I want to keep like this. Like this, I want to place the subcategories, guys, based on the sales and the profit. So here, based on the subcategory column, I want to compare how many column values, both sales and profit. So in this case, we'll recommend to go and use the scatter chart, guys. There is a chart called what? Scatter chart. Let me take this scatter chart. This scatter chart is also called as a bubble chart, guys. Right? Let me select this. Go and drag the subcategory column, and then go and drag sales column, and also what? Profit column. And now see, it is placing all the subcategories in one order based on the sales and profit. Let me do some basic formatting first of all. Let me increase the size of this and then go to the focus mode, guys. Now try to understand. So these are the 17 or 18 subcategories we'll have. I'm placing all the subcategories in one order based on the sales and profit. Which subcategory is doing the highest sales and profit? I'm showing it on the top. This is what the subcategory which is doing the first highest sales and profit, both sales and profit. What is the subcategory? If you see when I hold the mouse, it will show the subcategory name. Copiers is a subcategory which is doing the first highest sales and the first highest profit. Which one is doing the second highest sales and profit? This is the subcategory. What is that? Phones. Phones is the subcategory which is doing the second highest sales and profit. Next, third highest sales and profit. What is that subcategory? Accessories. So like this, if you see which subcategory is the least sales and least profit is the one. What is the subcategory? Tables. Tables is the subcategory which is doing the least sales and least profits. Right? So like this, if you want to compare two values based on one column value, we'll go and use what? Scatter chart, guys. We'll go and use what? Scatter chart. Right? Okay. So now this is one report, guys. This is one complete one report. Now these are all called as what? Visuals. These are all the visuals. Now a group of visuals will call it as what? A group of visuals will call it as what? Report. A group of visuals will call it as what? This is complete one report, guys. Now what I did here, whatever the data is there in the form of tables here, whatever the data is there in the form of table, I'm showing that data in the form of what now? Visual or report. Now once after creating this report or visuals, now what we'll do, once after getting the visuals or reports, then we'll share these reports to the clients. That means business organizers. By seeing these visuals or reports, what the business organizers will do, they'll go and analyze the data, like what's the total sales they're doing, what's the total profits they're getting till date, number of products they're selling, what's the discounts they're providing, total number of orders placed, which is the region doing the highest sales, which region is doing less sales, which category is doing the highest sales, in which month they are doing the highest business, and which subcategory is getting the highest profit, which is getting the less profits. So by seeing this report, what they can do, they can analyze the data. Now, how much time they'll take, how much time the business users will take to understand this data, how much time they'll take? Hardly maybe 5 minutes if they are very new to this report. If they know what the report you are expecting, then how much time it will take for them to understand this report? 1 minute maybe, 1 minute or 2 minutes. But here, if the data is in the form of table, you have around 10,000 rows is there. Now, how much time it will take for you to understand this complete business data? First of all, it is possible? No, it is not possible. So that's why, so if the data is in the form of tables, so it is not possible to understand the business data. So to understand the business data in a better way, what the business users are doing, business users are recommended to show this data in the form of visuals or reports. So with the help of Power BI software, so Power BI developers will go and create this type of visuals or reports. Once after creating the visuals or reports, we'll share these reports to the business users. By seeing these visuals or reports, what the business users will do, they'll go and analyze their data. What data it is? Sales analysis report, right? So this is all about what is Power BI, and using Power BI, how we can create the visuals or reports by taking the data from the data sources. Once after creating the visuals or reports, then how the companies or the business users can understand their business data by seeing this visual or report, right? Fine, guys. So this is all about what is Power BI, right? So fine. So I done with today's class. So and also we done with what? We done with the 4 introduction classes. So now in this 4 introduction classes, we have some clear picture. We have some clear picture that what Power Platform can do, or what is the use of Power Platform. This is what the Power Platform architecture, right? So in this 4 classes, we understand what is the architecture of Power Platform, and also we understand what we can do with the help of Power Platform software, right? So at a high level, in these 4 classes, we understand the overview of Power Platform, complete introduction to Power Platform, and then at a high level, we understand what is Power Apps, how to create the apps in Power Apps, some basic app. Next we understand what is Power Automate, what we can do with the help of Power Automate software. And also here we understand today's class about Power BI, what is Power BI, what Power BI can do. Also we understand one more point here called data sources. We know we understand what is meant by data sources and what we can do with the help of, or what is the use of data sources, right? So now, why I given these 4 introduction classes? The reason behind the 4 introduction classes means, if you observe in the class 1 in the demo session, guys, if you observe in the demo session, when I given the introduction to this 4-step business applications process, I think most of the people will have something in your mind. So what is an app? How to create it? What is meant by data sources? What the data sources can do? What is automation? What is an email? How it will be performed? What is data analysis? What is a visual? What is a report? How the companies will create the visuals or reports, and how the companies will analyze their business data. You have some lot of questions in your mind when I discussed about this business applications process in the class 1. Theoretically we covered. So what I did in the last 3 classes now, so the same business applications process I explained practically. So practical at a high level, we understand how to create an app using Power Apps. We understand, let me go here. We understand at a high level how to create an app using Power Apps. And then we understand from Power Apps how to store the data in the data sources. Once the data comes here, how to take that data as a reference, how we can do the automations we discussed. Also, we understand by taking the data from the data sources, how we can create the visuals or. So whatever the business applications process I discussed in the class 1, critically, the same I shown you practically at a high level in the last 3 classes, guys, right? So now you have some clear picture. You have an idea now. You come to know that what is Power Platform. You come to know what is Power Apps can do. You know what Power Automate can do. You know what Power BI can. So you have some idea. You have some overall idea about Power Platform and Power Apps, Power Automate, and Power BI. Right. So now what is the reason behind giving this 4 introduction classes means? So there are some people who are looking for both the Power Apps, Power Automate classes and Power BI classes too. Right. So Power Apps and Power Automate, I said that it is how many months time? 2 months time. Power BI itself, I said that it is how much time? Again, it is also 2 months time. So totally how much time it will take to complete both Power Apps and Power Automate? Sorry, Power Apps, Power Automate, and Power BI. Who are looking for Power BI also, I'm telling. So it will take 4 months, guys. 4 months means hardly festivals, Saturdays, and Sundays. If you take, let's take 4.5 months or 5 months. 5 months it will take. But there are some students where they are not able to wait for 5 months, guys, to complete the course. So they want to complete the course in less time. Let's take in 2 months, they want to complete it. So yes, you have the capability of completing the course in 2 months. How you can do? By attending the multiple classes parallelly. So Power Apps, Power Automate, I'm the trainer, as you know. I'm going to start Power Apps and Power Automate for your batch from Monday. From Monday onwards, we'll start. And who are looking for Power BI also, people who are looking only for Power BI also, you can attend the Power BI classes parallelly, guys. Why? Because as you know, as I said that I'm not the trainer for Power BI. There is a different trainer is there. So why there is a separate trainer for Power BI? Why I am not teaching here? Because if even I am the only trainer who will teach you Power BI also, then definitely it will take some time, guys. So we are 2 trainers. Why I am 2 trainers means, because there are few students where they want to complete the course in less time, within 2 months. So for them, I am the trainer who will teach you Power Apps and Power Automate for 2 months. For Power BI, Sunil is the trainer who will teach you for 2 months. So parallelly you can attend, guys. Parallelly you can attend. Power Apps, Power Automate, I'll teach you for 2 months. Sunil is the trainer who will teach you Power BI for 2 months. So that you can complete both Power Apps, Power Automate sessions and Power BI sessions within 2 months, right? And also people, those who are not looking for Power BI, let's say you are looking for only Power Apps and Power Automate. I said that Power Apps and Power Automate course duration is how many months? 2 months. So now here also, people are not able to wait for 2 months, guys. They want to complete the course in less time. Let's take they want to complete the course in within 1 month. Their intention is to complete the course in 1 month. How they can complete? Yes, you can complete here. So how you can complete means by attending the multiple batches. So for your batch, 7:30 p.m., I'm going to start with Power Apps from Monday. From Monday onwards, I'm going to start with what? Power Apps, right? So you can attend the Power Apps classes in the evening classes, in the evening 7:30 p.m. So once after completion of Power Apps, in the same slot, I'll discuss Power Automate also. Same, once after Power Apps, I'll discuss Power Automate. So but people, those who want to complete in less time, so we'll start Power Automate in the morning 9 a.m. session, guys. So somewhere in between, after 1 week or 10 days, within 2 weeks, we are going to start Power Automate sessions also. That is morning 9 a.m. slot. So who wants to complete the course in less time? What you can do? You can attend the Power Apps classes in the 7:30 p.m. slot, which I'm going to start you from Monday. If you want to complete in course time, less time means you can attend Power Automate in the 9 a.m. batch. So we'll send you the mails regarding that. Who wants to complete the course in less time? If you contact to my team will give you more information. So now you can attend parallelly, guys. Why you can attend parallelly? Because you have some basic understanding what is Power Apps. You have some basic understanding what is Power Automate can do. You know that both are different softwares. Both are not independent softwares. You can learn Power Apps separately, Power Automate separately. So that is the reason behind it. Why I'm giving this 4 introduction classes means because you have some clear idea, clear picture about what is Power Platform, what is Power Apps, Power Automate, Power BI, and data sources. So once if you have some clear picture in your mind, then it is good to start learning. So without having the clear picture, what you are going to learn, it is not good way of learning the content. So you have some clear picture in your mind, what the Power Platform can do and what each software can do. So now you can start learning multiple courses or multiple skills parallelly. So for your batch, from Monday, I'll start with what? Power Apps. Once after completion of Power Apps, we'll discuss about what? Power Automate. Right. Fine, guys. I'll stop here today and I'll see you in the next class on when? Monday, 27th. So on Monday, we'll start with what for your batch? We'll start with Power Apps. Right? Fine. So I'll stop here now. And also make a note, one more point. So from Monday onwards, whatever the link you are using today's class, up to today's class, this link doesn't work, guys. So to attend the classes from Monday, I'll share the new meeting links with you. I'll share what? A new meeting link. Right? Whatever the meeting link you are using up to today's class, this link doesn't work, guys. I'll share the new meeting links to attend the classes from Monday, right? So people, those who haven't registered still, so if you want to continue in the same batch, and if you don't want to miss any live sessions, please register and collect the new meeting link to attend the classes from Monday onwards, right? Fine, guys. So I'll stop here now. So now if you have any questions, online people, now you can please raise your hands and I'll talk to you one-on-one.
So this Lokesh here.